What is up, guys? What's up, Sports Nation? Back with another watch along. Inter Milan versus Barcelona. This is going to be a tough game for both teams. There's a lot on the line here. Very excited for the game today. A little bit late. Apologies for that. But yeah, we're here now. And players are just walking down the tunnel. They're getting ready to get through. So that's going to be match is going to kick off shortly. Good evening to everybody. Hope you had a lovely day today. And it's about to get capped off with some nice footballing action, hopefully. So looking forward to it. So one of the rare chances I get to not watch a Premier League game, although that will start in time as well. Predictions. You know what? Chai batas. Hello. I'm going to say first of all, before we get into that, let me just read the lineups. Shall I? Uh, where we go? Here we go. Okay, all right. Lineups are as follows. For Inter Milan, we have Andre Onana, Milan Skriniar is the captain, Stefan De Vrij, Alessandro Bastoni, Matteo Darmian, Nicolo Barella, Hassan Çalhanoğlu, Henrik Mkhitaryan, and Franco De Marco, with Joaquin Correa and Lautaro Martinez up front. That's a good lineup. We have a little ex-United player there with Damian. It's good to see. Who else do we have? We also have the lineups of Barcelona. We have Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, Sergi Roberto, Andreas Christensen, Eric Garcia, Marcos Alonso, Gavi, Busquets, Pedri. Ooh, that's going to be an exciting midfield as always. Rafinha and Usman Dembele on the wings with Bobby Lewandowski spearheading the attack. Game's going to kick off, I think, in about 4 minutes. I think 4-ish minutes. 3 minutes, something like that, yeah. Champions League anthem is playing. Something we cannot hear at the moment. Hello, Anj. Thank you for your support, guys. I've been told I've just hit 200 subs, so thank you very much for that. Everyone that's supported, it means a lot. Next target's 250. Yep, next target's 250. Looking forward to that. Slowly but surely hitting all the targets we require. Here we go. Very excited. There you go. New targets set. Back to the comments. Hello, Ansh. Hello. I miss Mkhitaryan under Mourinho scorpion kick. Dude, I don't even know how is it possible that how is he still playing? I don't know. That too for Inter Milan. I mean, credit to him. He's extending his career at a decent level. So can't really hate on that, can you? 250 in 1 week, Sue. Oh, that would be great. Please like and share the video, guys. That would be very helpful. Also, leave a comment down below if you can after the games. They are somehow positively linked to channel growth. If you can share it with your United fans or any fans that just like to watch football and have a good chat. It's all works out well. You can share the link if you all are following me on Instagram to other people. That would be great. And yeah, the lineups are I already told you the lineups, but the lineups have come all on the TV. So there's that. I wonder if expressions using is going to cry today. Maybe a Liverpool loss to sweeten the deal. They have a pretty decent lineup. I saw the Liverpool lineup. The Rangers lineup is good. They have Golson, Tavernier, Lord Lundstrom. There's some good players there. Morelos, Ryan Kent, ex-Liverpool. Will he be the difference maker today? Ione. Wouldn't that be great? In memory of the victims of Kanjuruhan Stadium, Indonesia. Oh, that was a sad thing. You have highlighted because your channel is an English one. It's not about that, Arnav. It's about just creating a community. I don't really mind which language people are speaking. It's just the way I look at it is if if you communicate in English, you yourself will build a bigger community because let's say someone from England comes on the chat and he talks to you and y'all hit it off. Y'all will able to hit it off much easier in English, right? Because obviously that's the common denominator as a language. And y'all might become football friends, and that's how the community grows really. So there's that. I mean, there's a lot of Indian channels, and I don't know if all the Indian channels do it in English. And I mean, there are Indian fans going to foreign channels, so why not get foreign subscribers to Indian channels? The only way to do that is if you communicate in English, right? Because if they don't understand what you're saying, they're pretty much going to switch off the moment they hit the video, play the video for them. So yeah, yes, it is very sad. It is very sad. Believe FIFA has a rule not to use weapons in the stadium or something like that. So there was some breaking of those rules as well. Oh wow, Barcelona already on the attack with Alonso on the wing. Yeah, so that's just unfortunate to see. You don't really want to see that, don't really want people to. It's just a very brutal way to go. People are come there to watch a game. You don't know that's going to be your last day there. Yeah, I know. There's yes, Arnab, you're right, because in South India they use English as a better communicated language, right? Because of Tamil, Telugu, and all. They're not really that familiar with Hindi, or they don't speak it. I should say. I shouldn't say they're not familiar. Yeah, you're right. I have a lot of South Indian friends, and they have openly admitted to me that their Hindi is not good, which I happily told them mine isn't either. As long as I mean, it's serviceable. It's not it's not the best way to communicate if you're going to do it in long form, but it's serviceable for sure. And I think most people who have their own language in their own state are the same way. I'm sure. Like in Bengal, no one really speaks in Hindi, right? I mean, I don't think the locals do at least. So happens, yeah, happens. Ooh, that was a nice sliding ball into Alonso Dembele. Are you excited for tomorrow's game? You all are playing Shakhtar, right? No idea how good Shakhtar is at the moment, but I'm sure Shakhtar has always played in the European League, so it's going to be a tough game, I guess. Just checking to see if the stream's all good. Stream, eh, it's all good. Perfect. Alrighty. So yes, kindly do get the word out there, guys. Whoever's watching, every little bit helps. Charanoglu passes back to skipper Skriniar, circulating the ball across the pitch at the moment. Passes back. Goalkeeper launches it out of bounds. Per attempt. Per attempt. Oh, Barcelona being swarmed. Directly out of play. Very well disciplined midfield. Good level of composure. Well, Barcelona miss Araujo. All out of bounds. Quick throw in by Alonso. Throws it back to the defense. Bit of a slow start for the boys. Alonso with a low driven. Rafinha with a low driven. Cleared out. Great composure by the Milan defense. Ooh. Drag the ball down. Referee decides to play advantage. Ooh. Should have fed Joaquin Correa. He was open, making a run at the side of him. Bad decision. Oh, shot from distance. Forces the save from Ter Stegen. Forces the save from Ter Stegen. See what else is happening in the other matches. Oh, that was a nice shot. Good attempt. See what else is going on. Lanoglu with the corner. And recycled. It was bad corner. Recycled, kept around the box. Oh, that was a lovely cross, but I think Martinez was offside. Yes, he was offside. It was a good attempt, good attempt. They're going to have to catch Barcelona off guard in this game. Barcelona looking very sharp. He circulated the ball. Been a good game so far. Quite balanced. Both teams getting a chance in the box. Barcelona with more control, playing from the back. Swan Dembele tried to take on the wing back, DeMarco. Not very happy for some reason, but he cleared the ball out of bounds. Lewandowski with the ball, being double teamed. Oh, Alonso tries to shield the ball, wins a throw in. Ooh, cross goes in and out of the box. Barcelona recycles it again. Barcelona just keeping control of the ball in their half. Swan Dembele trying to find space, crosses it in, cannot find Lewandowski. Good defensive clearance. Rafinha is looking to take the cross in now. 11 minutes in, 0-0 at the San Siro. Rafinha whips the ball in. Ooh. Alonso with a miss, and I think Skriniar had got. There was a clash of heads. Clash of heads with Lewandowski. Yes. Barcelona just having a lot of control of the ball at the moment. Nothing can be done. Inter Milan are trying their best to pry the ball open, but they are being overwhelmed slightly. But the intricate passes are causing a lot of confusion with Inter Milan, especially when they win the ball back and try to hit on the counter. Klopp playing 4-2-4. How's it looking, GK? Good? I'm only on one screen right now, so I don't know. He's playing Thiago and Henderson in a pivot. Playing two strikers. Hmm. Rangers team's pretty good, yeah. Coulson's not bad. James Tavernier has it's been good for a while. He probably won't get a bigger call up though because of his age. Of course, they have the Liverpool player Ryan Kent. Don't forget Lord Lundstrom. Some Premier League players in there as well, right? They have Morelos in the up front as well. Ooh, Marcus Alonso with the chance. Try to fizz it in. Cleared by the captain, Milan Skriniar. Welcome, welcome, guys. Do like, share, and subscribe, guys. Please share the stream as well. Even if you can't stay for the entire stream, please share it. It helps a lot. It helps a lot. Celtic in the early 70s, 80s, they were good. Yeah, they used to be a stalwart in the. Ooh, header straight to the keeper's arms. They used to be a stalwart in Europe as well. I remember for the longest time. Hey Gaurav, स्मॉलिंग क्यों नहीं आ सकते जब I don't know, Gaurav. I read that too today. I didn't get it. Somebody made that comment, didn't they? I have no idea. Gaurav, I've not seen you on the stream for a while. Yeah, what's happening? Are you at the professor's stream? I haven't talked to him in a while. Is he good? I've not heard from him since we did our little collaboration. Must be busy with work or something. How have you been? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why Smalling can't. I don't know why Smalling can't be picked if Dyer can be picked. But I mean, Southgate is just he's just not really going to give a lot of people a chance. You have to just come to terms with it. Unless there are injuries or something, the players you think that should make the initial squad to just start. Job करने लगे. Oh, no problem, Gaurav. If possible, do like and share the stream though. That helps. Try to get some. If you know any PL followers, United followers, whatever, just tell them to follow me on Instagram and Twitter and join me on the watchalongs. But thank you for joining. I know I never knew you were working this late. Thank you for joining anyway. Life gets very busy. I understand. Hello, hello, Antonio. Hello. I already did. Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you. Any news from the professor, Gaurav? Have you heard from him recently? I've not. I follow him on Twitter, but I've not seen any tweets. Nothing. Hope everything's okay. I mean, Barca are just they're just camping out in this box. Inter is going to have to make do with the very few chances I think that they're going to get. Demarco with a lovely interception. Lautaro with Joaquin Correa. No, sorry, Angel Correa. No, Joaquin Correa. See, Barella had such a lovely chance to feed in Correa when they were on the counter. Missed opportunity. Was running right next to him too. Could have just let unleashed him. Inter Milan has to control the ball more though. They have to. And Barcelona just camping in their box. Just give me a second, guys. Oof, they're getting overwhelmed. Alonso's getting a lot of opportunities. Oh, that was unfortunate, but I mean, Inter Milan are going to have a long game at this rate. Long game. Yes, I agree, Gaurav. I agree. It's not an easy task. It's not. Also, people don't really. You're right. People, if you don't put a controversial topic in, people don't really want to. Oh, Barcelona! Oh, that was close. That was close. Barcelona getting closer. Completely agree, Gaurav. That's why even I appreciate it. I've asked him to let's collaborate and do like weekly streams together, like of common things. But I've not heard back from him. I've asked Bilal even. Let's see what happens. They must be busy. Bilal is also in college, so I've not heard from him. He's making reels. At the moment, he likes making reels, so I share the reels. Support the community here, whatever it is. You have to, if you that's how you build it, no, by sharing. So yeah, I understand what you're saying. If you're not talking about controversial things, no one wants to hear it. And it's easy to make a Ronaldo video. Every week there is somebody saying something about Ronaldo. It's the easiest thing. It's like it's low hanging fruit. Yeah, once in a while you do it, it's fine. Like every time it's Ronaldo in the title, it's getting old. Ooh, fist cross by Inter Milan and Pedri with a clearance. That would have been a possible chance. A possible chance. They were making a run around. Pedri covers ground fantastically and clears the ball. Fantastic by Pedri. Just give me a second, guys. Close one, close one. Yeah, I understand, Gaurav. I get it. The thing is, you can talk about other teams, but the thing is, you have to just, you have to like do so much research on every team, and it's impossible to keep track of every team. Yeah. It's impossible. But yeah, I mean, see, today everyone is taking advantage of the fact that we are in yeah, I agree. I'm sure Mohawk has some difficulty in doing this as well. I would love to have a chat with him. I've tried getting in contact with him, but he has it's difficult to be noticed when you're such a small YouTuber. Ooh, Barcelona have a chance. Rafinha launches. Ball goes out for a corner. Oh, there's a issue going on here with the coaches. It is difficult if you're a single oriented channel. Yeah, I understand that, but I believe Mohawk does stream on his other channel even, right? Mohawk unscripted, like non-United related matches. So he is doing other content as well. Yeah, but kudos to him. Of course, yeah, I think he's doing FIFA content also on the other channel. It's difficult for me. I don't know about you, but I am interested in just simply creating. There's a potential penalty check, by the way. I'm just interested in creating a community in general. Yeah, we talk about any teams, like for example, I like watching Premier League football. We call Premier League fans here to this channel. They're more than welcome because it's about the community in general, right? It would be great to have just United fans on the channel, but that is not reality, right? You have to mix and mingle, get other people's perspectives. There's a referee is going to check the penalty now. If you get other people's perspectives on your team, then your perspectives on other teams from what you have seen. Yeah, he's getting in a lot of trouble. He's telling the referee where to be, and Apologies, guys. There was a bit of a issue there. Apologize. We had a lighting issue there. Luckily, I thought the stream was over, but it's not. Uh, इसलिए उसकी ऑडियंस जितनी है लॉयल है, नॉट एवरीवन कैन बाबा भी. Seriously, Rock Baba hit 50K recently, right? I think what happens is, right, you hit a certain threshold, right, Gaurav, and I think automatically YouTube starts pushing your content out. Like, yeah, I think for me, no, it is really important to get to 1,000 subs. Not because of monetization, but because YouTube pushes you on purpose because you have hit the threshold. And that is the best way I'm going to able to extend the community. That's why it's so important that you guys share and like bring people over. It, especially if you enjoy the content or you just enjoy chatting. It's so important because this is the difference. Once YouTube sees you hit the thresholds that help them out, they help you out like a quid pro quo. Oh my god, Andre Onana just skinned Rafinha. So of course the penalty wasn't given. I think someone got a yellow card as well. But Inter Milan have got into the game. They've left Barcelona a little shook now after that chance, after that little scare, that VAR check. Oh, the Inter Milan players don't look very in sync with each other, I have to say. They just don't look very in sync with each other. This is going to be a problem. But do you find hold on. Okay. Do you find Yash's YGR is neutral to Gaurav because he's quite sensationalist. No, he abuses a lot and all. I suppose he talks about all the other teams that makes him neutral. So I understand what you're saying. Yeah, Baba also is quite neutral. I've heard him. I've heard his channel. Oh, goal! Wait, what happened? That's a goal? Oh, offside. Come on, yeah. Oof, my God, Barcelona fans would be crying that time. Telling you, they're giving them scares. They're giving them scares. Oh, he didn't bend the line close enough. Oh, that would have been a nice one. Didn't bend the line enough. Oh, Simone Inzaghi, it is an offside, dude. Relax. Referee has some electronical issues. Lautaro Martinez helping him out, telling him it's definitely offside. I understand what you're saying, Gaurav. Yeah, neutrals. Yes. I understand. Yeah, I no, I got what you're saying. Yeah, he doesn't cater to any particular set of fans. Yes, I've seen some of his videos. Some people tell me you should just do rant videos and share it. You'll go viral. Just go crazy on your team when they do badly, or go crazy on our team when they do badly. I'm like, I don't want to go crazy on our team. I'll do it on my team. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, when they don't like you being rough, right, Gaurav, then you get a lot of criticism. So you have to dial back because you need to protect your audience, Evan, right? You don't want to lose out your possible chance to increase subscribers by getting a bad reputation. But even if he did it at some time, that's fine. Yash, I don't think really cares because he just he's just natural with it. Like that's how he likes to abuse. He likes to banter. Plus, of course, he picks out the real issues as well, all in one video. So yeah, I understand what you're saying. I get it. I understand. No, sometimes I got so angry in the derby game, right? I thought I'll just do a rant, like a crazy rant. Oh, that's not right, Gaurav. I didn't know he was married first of all, and if that is true, I won't put it up there just in case people are I don't want to give attention to that. But if that is true, that's really sad. At the end of the day, no, football brings it out of you. What, Guruji Adidev? Dude, he looks so neutral to me. Yeah, seriously. I saw his interview with IndieCop. I might ask him to come and do a little video with me about UFC. I didn't know he was a combat sports writer. I'm thinking of messaging him and seeing if he would be interested in doing a little preview with me. I I heard that in the interview with IndieCop, so that's pretty cool. That's sad there to see. That's sad to see if he's also getting it. Yeah. And he's at a stage where it can affect his channel. That's the sad part. Like Yash's channel, Babaji's channel. It will affect them, but not to the extent a smaller creator it will affect. So that's sad to see. Yeah. And also bring people's wives in this. Yeah. I mean, it's just football, dude. Like people have a life outside of this. We do this for fun. We do this to entertain. We do this to build a community of like-minded people just to enjoy like sports. And then yeah, I understand that, Gaurav. Even for us, it was the same thing. For me, like before the season started, I was really mad at Barcelona fans. I was like, I hope they finish sixth and all. And all our Barcelona friends were getting mad at me. I'm like, it's nothing personal. Yeah, it's just you feel like it's not done ethically or correct, and no one seems to understand how they have done it. So it was a little hate, but once the season started, I didn't care. Yeah, after that, it's like whatever the season started, now it's done. De Jong is there. Whatever's happened, yeah. But I mean, she's a Liverpool dude. You should be allowed to support who you want, dude. You don't have to watch. That's the best part, nah. It's like you don't have to watch, yeah. But don't see if you're giving constructive criticism, right? It's cool. If you're going to just come to hate, it makes no sense. Understand. I get that. Yeah, that's true too. People come just to banter you and leave. Yeah. That day it happened on TCSP channel. I got very mad. I was like, what is this here? You don't have to watch. It's like you're not giving any constructive criticism. It's okay. If you don't like our take, you can banter us. But like if you're not going to give any constructive criticism and you're going to just be insulting, it's a waste of your time and our time even. No. Do something else with your life. That's how I look at it. Yeah. It's just unnecessary. It's like just go live your life, dude. Have fun. Or lady. I don't know who's typing the message. Just unnecessary. What do you think, Gaurav? Like when United perform badly, you think I should make it a shot? I can't talk that fast, dude. If I could talk that fast in 60 seconds, I would be putting a lot of shots. Trust me. I would react to every Premier League game I watched after the watch along. It's just impossible to come to react well enough in 60 seconds. That's sad, Gaurav, because I like Sadiq Bhai and he's going to come on the channel soon again for the UFC thing. That's very sad. But yeah, I've been told that, by the way, Gaurav. I've been told that people are getting bantered because of their age and insulted by the age. I'm like, dude, football is supposed to only be enjoyed by 20-year-olds or 10-year-olds. What happens when you're too old to play football? You're not going to watch anymore. So why can't we watch? It, Gaurav, this is all no when people are young, they do all this stuff. They don't really understand until they get older. When other things get involved, when you study, when you pass out, when you have to work, when other things take precedence over actually watching a football game, like how you don't have time because of work, people then understand. People only then understand. Now, when you're just living a college life or you're going to school, no one notices this. And it's really sad he's going after Sadek, because Sadek bhai, he makes time to join these channels to have a conversation. And you can clip this and you can put it anywhere you want, Gaurav. You have my permission. If people want to see this, please feel free. If you know how to clip these videos, you can clip it and do it. But Sadek has been very generous with his time with me, provided I've given him notice. And it's very sad to see if he's also getting hate, because he knows so much about football. I wish I could retain that kind of knowledge. I can't. It's all for me. It's always been a pleasure to talk to him. Simple as that. Um, that's it. I have nothing bad to say about anybody. If you want to banter, we can banter. You can. I don't take it personally. It's sports at the end of the day. You're supposed to come here to have fun and like talk with your like fellow enthusiasts. So no, I have no problem. 7 people watching, guys. My God, it's 1:15 in the night. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe, guys. I will be doing a watch along tomorrow as well. I believe it's going to be AC Milan Chelsea, very very big game. Do join me. Do pass it out. I do watch alongs for football, Premier League at the moment. Others, if people want me to see other games, I'll do that as well eventually. I also do UFC watch alongs. Feel free to join. I get up at ridiculous times to watch these games because I love them. So thank you for joining. Please do share the stream though. It really does help. Hit a like, drop a comment. It really really helps a lot, guys. More than you can imagine. Yeah, Gaurav, I get the same abuse. I'm an England supporter for the football team. I get bantered heavily, heavily bantered. It's okay. I don't mind. See, you enjoy your sport the way you want to enjoy your sport. The moment people dictate how you should enjoy your sports, no, you might as well do something else with your time. It's not worth it otherwise. If people cannot understand that, then it will take some time for them to understand this. This is the beauty of sports. Inter Milan are getting back into him. Damian with a wild cross. Ooh, Martinez couldn't get there on time. Thank you, Zed. I don't know about that, but I'm trying. Thank you. Oh my God, it must be what, 7:30 there, 8 o'clock there. Good morning. Ooh, that was a bad tackle on Pedri. Oh, was that? No, wait. Yeah, Pedri. Ooh, another bad tackle on Gavi now. The Milan are making it dirty. They're making this game dirty. What? Mohawk got mad because you support England in cricket? But I mean, it's not worth commenting, dude. It's not worth commenting. Listening to lots of channels, you're one of my faves. Thank you so much, Hitesh. You're always on the channel. Thank you. Please do share it. Anyone who wants to have a chat and join me for the watch along, especially for Premier League matches. Hopefully, you'll join me for the Omonia Nicosia match in 2 days. Man, we have to bounce back. We have to bounce back, really. If that is true, no, Gaurav, I feel very bad for you. You should get support who you want. Simple as that. Otherwise, in that case, no, all the Indian content creators should just watch ISL and don't watch England for English football at all. Like genuinely, if you get hate for that, no, that's ridiculous. Support who you want, man. And enjoy. Inter Milan have slowly crept back into this game with some opportunities. That's nice to see. Let's see. So let's see some ongoing stats at the moment. where it is. Club Brugge is beating Atletico Madrid at the moment. Napoli is beating Ajax, and Liverpool are leading Rangers 1-0. It's nil-nil at Frankfurt. It's nil-nil at San Siro, and it's nil-nil at Porto versus Bayer Leverkusen. It's all going off. It's all going off right now. Let's see what some of the statistics. Barcelona, of course, has way more possession, but they only have 5 shots to 3 shots to Inter Milan, and they only have 2 shots on target to 1 shot of Inter Milan. Important stats aren't much different. However, they do have 70 plus percent possession of the ball. Feel like yeah, exactly. It's his opinion. As long as you enjoy watching as long as you enjoy watching whatever you're watching, right? It doesn't really matter. You have to just find people who agree with the way you want to absorb sports. Very simple. And this is actually one of the reasons, Gaurav, that I actually enjoy watching the UFC, because there is no Barcelona's having a lot of the ball, camping in Inter Milan's defensive third. The one thing I like about UFC is you have no allegiance to anyone. You can have favorite fighters, but it's not the same thing as supporting a club or a country in sports, because there's so many fighters. Like the UFC has 500 plus fighters on their roster. You can like 50 people's styles, different styles of fighting. There's so much opportunity to absorb UFC in a unfiltered way, where you don't have to worry about what anyone thinks of your opinion, because it's competition in its purest form. Like in football, one moment of brilliance by you or a teammate can alter the game. There it is in mixed martial arts, it is only. Yeah, exactly, Hitesh. It is one of the. Yeah, but Hitesh, again, right? You have to just let people's opinions be their opinions. You have to just absorb the sport the way you want to absorb the sport. I got so much banter for supporting England. I got so much banter after the Manchester derby. It's all the banter part anyway you're going to get, because football is that way. That's how it works. But I mean, I got so much crap for supporting England. In the Euros. Last year, I was on TCSP's channel with for the Euros. I joined in on all the England games mostly. If you go back on their archives, you will see me in most of them, if not all of them, including the finals, which is very heartbreaking for me personally. Uh, I was quite devastated after that penalty shootout. I have to admit, it was a rough day after that for me. Yeah, but you have to just let them absorb it how they want. For me, UFC is just pure sport. You can enjoy their styles, you can not enjoy their styles. You can watch another fight. Every fight's exciting. Every fight in the blink of an eye can finish. There's so many ways to finish the fight and end that competition. You don't have to rely. You can't rely on anyone else. You have to just rely on yourself. That's the best part. You'll get a game plan by your coaches, but if you don't follow the game plan, it's on you. You can't blame anyone for it. Lovely long ball attempt, just fell short of Nicolo Barella. Yeah, Gaurav, I felt the same way. I was very shattered. You should see the look on my face. You should go back on that video and just see the look on my face after the last penalty. Uh yeah, I'm going to say something very controversial here, Gaurav, and I hope you don't mind. First, I don't know how the monarchy is related to sports at all. I do not know what it's got to do with it. And also, if you want a real history lesson, she took to the throne 5 years after we were independent. It's not even on her. She did so much to abolish like issues with black people in England and other places. It's like she has done stuff. It's like you don't have to like her. I understand. I understand why people even don't like her, but it's like if someone wants to mourn her death, no, it's like you shouldn't have a problem with that. You can just let people do what they want. It's really weird. Yeah, I don't. This Princess Elizabeth thing where there were people celebrating her death. It was just weird to me. I don't get it at all. But I mean, like if it doesn't affect you, just don't have an opinion. Yeah. I don't know why other people mourning somebody's death should bother you. 1952 was 5 years after our independence. It has nothing. No, it doesn't make you anti-national, Hitesh, because the truth of the matter is, and people aren't going to like it, is not a lot of people watch Indian football, and not a lot of people watch Indians international football, and there's nothing wrong with that. Goal! Oh my God, with a blinder, Hakan Çalhanoğlu from outside the box. Oh, good lord! Look at it. Oh wow, Lukaku's celebrating, which means nothing to me personally. But oh, in extra time, they have been battered by Barcelona. Oh, I almost didn't see the goal. It, oh wow, that was really nice. Yeah, Gaurav, I was shattered after the penalty shootout. Look at that. Oh, that was a blinder the wrong way too in traffic. Oh my God. You know what? To be fair, I don't think Ter Stegen could do anything about that. To be fair, it was a fantastic shot. Well said. Sport is a choice of enjoyment and support, not a religion. Absolutely. Watch it or don't watch it. Yeah. Don't tell people what to do, but when it comes to sports, you don't have to watch it. That's the best part about sports. You can watch a movie. There's Netflix now. You don't even have to watch sports at all if you don't feel like it. Andre Onana, very pumped up. Hitesh, it's a good team to support, Hitesh. That's all I'll say. It's a good team to support. Actually, if you support Switzerland, you're the most neutral person that I know because of the country status. Akan Çalhanoğlu, 2 attempts, 2 on target, 1 goal. Accurate. Yeah, I know. I know. When that people were really upset that there was no football. Do something else with your time. That's what I would say. Also, there was a what's a weird thing, right? I found something very weird when people told me why am I supporting England. I would tell them why are you supporting Brazil or exactly. And Gaurav is someone from Goa. I should be offended that you support Portugal or Brazil for that matter. But we are not. And here's the funny thing, Gaurav. A lot of people in this state support Brazil, which is ironic because it's also a Portuguese colony, and it doesn't make sense in a way. But you know, especially the people who support Portugal, I should be the most offended person being from Goa. I'm not, dude, because it's gone. It's over. You know, it precedes football. It predates football. It has nothing to do with us. I don't get it, man. People were just pissed off the games got cancelled, really, Gaurav. Like you said, they were just pissed off the games got cancelled. Some of the games it made sense because they don't have enough security. They don't have enough security to be at the football games. What do you want them to do? Hire police for 1 day? Like, where are they going to find these police from? Uh, the Roses derby between Leeds United and Manchester United. Um, it's a level 1 match because of the rivalry that predates us watching it. Because not me, because I watched Leeds when they won the league last, but predates most people watching it nowadays because the last time Leeds was in the league was in 2005, I think. So a lot of people, there were a lot of new people who don't have any idea how important that game is to the two footballing sides. It's a level 1 game in this country, and people don't. I'm sure a lot of people don't know that. That's why it got cancelled. The Chelsea Liverpool game to me didn't make sense because it was in London and all the police were heading towards London. And it was the day before, because to me it didn't make sense the day before the funeral, because 2 days before the funeral they did Arsenal versus Brentford at I think it was at Griffin Park, wasn't it? Which is in London. So they could have the security there for that London derby, but not have the security in the same city where all the security is heading to for the funeral, Chelsea versus Liverpool. That didn't make sense to me. The Manchester versus Leeds game made sense to me because they're diverting all the forces to help for the funeral to London. So Manchester is obviously out of that way. So I get it. Plus it's level one, which means you need more than usual security. But the Chelsea Liverpool game, I don't get it. I don't know how it got. I don't know how it got cancelled, but especially after the Arsenal game went through. But it's weird. You support Germany, yeah, yeah. I know. If you support Germany, does that mean you have a, you should also be in trouble for because of what they did in the past? Dude, it's done. Move on. Support who you feel like. I'm over this. I'm over this silliness. Yeah. This is sports. It's not related to anything. Yeah, and here's the funny thing, Gaurav. So I had another friend named Nathan, funny enough, in school. He was around the same age as I was. And you're going to find this very funny because he was English, right? The first thing you do, and he liked football. The first thing you do, obviously, when you meet someone is which team do you support, right? That's what people do when they find out you like sports. So I asked him. So what happens? So what I'd asked him was like, which team you support? He was like Blackpool. I'm like Blackpool. What is that? And then I got an education because I didn't know how many divisions were there in football. Big first of all, they never used to show it on TV when at the time I knew him. And yeah, Nathan and Nathan, that's right. Nathan and Nathan, that's true. And he came from a working class background, and the working class people in England themselves don't like the monarchy. It's a fun fact, and people don't know that. People think only like all the colonized people don't like the working class in England don't like the monarchy. There was a big anti celebration in Liverpool because they think the monarchy has kind of and the government has kind of left Merseyside to do whatever they please. So they have a great dislike themselves for the royal family, from what I have been told. Um, so yeah, I asked him what is Blackpool, and then I forgot his name. Yeah, I remembered his name. And when they got promoted, we both celebrated they getting promoted back into the league because I still knew him at the time. He didn't go back to England at the time, and we both celebrated like we went out for like lunch or something to celebrate back Blackpool in the Premier League. And yeah, I mean, it was as English could be. It didn't bother me, man. I we could talk about football. That's the whole thing, right? But yeah, you can't get away from these things. like like I'll put this up, okay? And you don't mind me, but i I understand this, right? But let me tell you something right now. Like I said, the working class in their own country don't like that. It has nothing to do with this, like our issue. They just don't like them either, for their own set of reasons. So everyone has a reason. Yeah, just you don't have to like hate on it. You can just let it go. Just let it be. Northern Ireland don't like them too. You know what? Here's a Labour Party doesn't like them. That's true. That yeah. I'm sure you watched Molly McCann say what she did in UFC London in March. She directly just told the government to. Well, she said an expletive. She basically told the government to get lost. And yeah, Northern Ireland doesn't like them too. Scotland never used to like them at all. The Scottish actually don't like the English at all. Like if you go by history. But she was in Balmoral Castle, which is in Scotland. Her last days were there. It's complicated, dude. It's complicated. Accrington, Stanley, and Blackpool are legendary clubs. No way am I saying Tenaga, but it's been 3 months till all wins were in a similar way. Ole style play. Does it count for accountability? Now this is a question I like. Hold on a second. I'll just get to that, Hitesh. They hate monarchy mostly because that whole family is living off their hard earned. I get it, Chai, but this understand something. I support England because all the players I grew up watching for Manchester United were English, like all my favorite players. So for me, it was a very simple transition. That's it. It has nothing else to do with anything or someone else making me like a team. It has nothing to. I love David Beckham. David Beckham was English. I love Paul Scholes. Paul Scholes was English. I love Gary Neville. Gary Neville was English. It's just the way it is. I love Vaza. Vaza's English. That's it. It doesn't really stem from anything apart from my favorite players that I grew up watching my whole life were English, and obviously you want them to do well, so you support them. Just like how Real Madrid fans who support Ronaldo want Portugal to do well. That's it. They just happen to be English. That's it. There's no other reasoning for it on my end. And I don't mind the banter. The banter is the banter. You have to just deal with it. It's whatever. But that is the reasoning. It's as simple as that. Okay, let's answer this question. Guys, you can also comment on this if you want to answer. Even in Australia, new MP needs to take oath in the name of British. Yeah, that's because it's a member of the Commonwealth which they agreed to sign on. Our countries agreed to sign to be members of the Commonwealth. You can't like blame the English for that. That is our own choosing at the time of independence and stuff like that. It's an outdated thing, but it's an outdated thing that was agreed upon by our people. So it's difficult to complain about it because it's done by choice. This thing is done by choice, so it's difficult to complain about it. But I understand if that's how you feel. It's cool. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? They had to rectify it under pressure, Arnab, because again, it is something that they have agreed to do by choice over the years to be part of the Commonwealth. Well, now people now can't change the history. Exactly. Just like I support you. Exactly. I agree completely. By the way, I'm just getting some halftime scores. Hitesh, I'm sorry. I will get to yours. It's a very important question. I will get to yours. Ajax 3-1. No, sorry. Napoli 3-1 to Ajax. Lovely goal. Raspadori is on form. I can't believe he never played in the Euros last year. If you check last year, I said it time and time again. They kept playing Belotti over him. Oh my God. Did he score second one? No. Di Lorenzo scored one. What was the third goal? Oh my God, 3-on-1. What is Ajax doing? Seriously. What was Ajax doing? Howler, Zelensky. Howler. I hate Danilo though. That's fine, dude. To say off its on players, they had spent 200 million. They could have brought cheap options like Lema. Yes, they could have. Which could have adopted to style, but they didn't, and now are getting thrashed in Derby. So here we go. It's been 3 months till all been in similar. Okay. To understand this, to we have to go back a little bit in time to get this answer out, Hitesh. So please don't mind. First things first. Last day of the season, last season, Ragnick said we need to change 10 players. We need open heart surgery. He wanted Zakaria. Zakaria wasn't given to him because of what was the reasoning? Zakaria wasn't given to him because they wanted the permanent coach to be in charge of the signings. At the time, you were pissed off because he costed £5 million, I think, or was it euros? Whatever. Let's just say it was 5 million. He literally scores on debut when we are playing. We are playing the same day he's playing. He scores on debut. We have a bad result. So that bothered a lot of people because that was when the window ended. He wanted Konrad Lema because of his ties to Leipzig. He wanted Chris Nkunku because of his ties to Leipzig. At the end of the season, he said, "I'm looking forward to working with Ten Hag in public." By the way, you can see it. If I don't know where you can find it, but you can definitely find it because he said it publicly. I'm looking forward to meeting him in the off season and working with him. One of Ten Hag's first question in a press conference, I'm pretty sure it was in one of the Australian press conferences, was, "Are you looking forward to? Have you spoken to Ragnick?" Something like that. Oh, it was his first press conference in Manchester. Sorry. Have you spoken to Ragnick? No, I've only had a video call with him. Now, if you think about the time, if you think about the timeline, that was 3 weeks later, 3 weeks later, okay, why do you have to video call each other when you all are possibly in the same place? Because Ragnick was not let go of until we found out later that they just didn't meet. So Ragnick was let go of, but spoken to Ten Hag one time on a video call when they most probably were in the same place at the same time. I found that very suspect. So that happened. Ten Hag, first, one of his first answers in press conferences, this team finished second. And I'm looking at you now. This team finished second. There are a lot of good players on this team. Now, I don't know if he said that because he was told he's not going to get a lot of money in the market for the market this year. But we both know that's not true. The team was very terrible. Let's just be honest. They did not finish second this year. They finished sixth this year. And his thing was, I don't know how they have done so badly. They've done so badly because they've been found out. Simple as that. They were found out. Ragnick couldn't get anything out of them. And I am definitely not going to say Ten Hag out as well. He has to be accountable for sure. But Hitesh, to say it's on the players is also kind of correct. Just think about this, right? A lot of these players are responsible for some of our worst losses. Let's not pretend like these people have not been part of it. They have been part of some of our worst losses, period. The 2-0 Man City loss of last season is still the worst loss to me, not even last week. The way we lost that game 2-0, where everyone's just walking around the pitch like they couldn't give a crap, was the worst, the absolute worst possible performance I could see. The 5-0 loss to Liverpool, whatever. That's 2-0 loss to Man City. Really, I do not know what to tell you. It just made me want to sell all of them. When Jayant asked me, how many players are you going to keep? I told him I would sell 9 of them. I would keep Ronaldo and De Gea and I would sell all of them. Those same players were responsible for a majority of them were responsible for that performance as well. Now you're saying they're playing like Ole style. The reason I think they're playing a Ole style, Hitesh, is goes back to Ragnick's open heart surgery. These players are so well versed to play defensively and without a real structure that they cannot help themselves but do that. They keep doing that. They literally made the same overrun the midfield mistake in the Manchester derby that we have lost time and time again last season. The exact same mistake. Different players, same mistake. You you have to understand that the reason the open heart surgery was required is because some of these players are so low in confidence or so low on ability that there's just no coming back for some of these players. That's the truth. There is just no coming back for some of them. It doesn't matter what they do. They might not be terrible players, but they're not good enough to play for this team. They're not good enough to play for this team. And this is, if you're a United fan, Hitesh, like Danish is, welcome Danish, long time no see. I will get to your question as well. We're about to kick off. I'll just quickly answer this. You have to realize that it is on some of these players. It is on some of these players. Ten Hag has to take accountability for not playing Casemiro. I understand the form thing. If he plays the same midfield in Nicosia and the same midfield or plays the same midfield on Sunday, that means he is a very stubborn man, just like Ole, just like Ragnick. He needs to make changes. If he's going to play the same midfield for Nicosia, he has to change the midfield for the Everton game. He has to, because if your argument is on form, when the players who have performed badly, you have to swap them out for better players. Simple as that. Otherwise, you are a hypocrite. You are a hypocrite because you said I selected these players because on good form, 4 wins in a row. So yes, it is the player's fault. Ten Hag has to take accountability. He should have not played such an aggressive style of football. He's on the bounce of 4 wins. Most of those 4 wins have come on playing, keeping the tempo, controlling the tempo in the midfield and hitting on the break. We were constantly out of position during the Manchester derby. constantly. Like if you see the aerial view of the camera of all the goals breakdown, everybody's out of position, which is unacceptable at this level of football. It does not matter what your coach tells you. You have to have the self discipline to cut angles and make sure you're not pulled out of position yourself. You have to have some in game discipline, irrespective of what your coach tells you. You have to call in an audible based on the situation, and you have to make the changes necessary if things aren't working out. Okay, because you can't hear the coach in an 80,000 stadium. You can't hear him the whole time. You have to make adjustments based on your own football IQ, which a lot of them don't have. They just don't have the football IQ. That's why there was such a dependency on if they get better coaching, they'll play better. Well, maybe not necessarily. Maybe you just need smarter footballers. And to have smarter footballers, you need to sell everybody. Because these people aren't going to get smart overnight. They're just not. You Today you can't sit there and blame Ole Gunnar Solskjaer because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer with these tactics got second. We're currently sixth. We finished sixth last year. He did a better job with players he didn't even have that season. So he has to take some responsibility, but the players need to just grow some balls. Pardon my language. That's the best way to put it, though. They need to make decisions. They need to be a lot smarter, in my opinion. Because when countering on the break doesn't work, they need to start passing the ball around, intricate passes, absorbing pressure. They cannot just flail around in the midfield. Christian Eriksen, Players Player of the Month, was nowhere to be seen yesterday. I don't like the fact that everyone was ragging on McTominay. There was two people in the midfield. There was three. You can even bring Bruno in this. There's three people in the midfield, and there was only gaps in the midfield. You cannot just blame McTominay for everything. It's not fair. It's getting old. I'm tired of it. It's one thing to blame him with Fred. Now he's with playing with someone else. The same thing's happening. You need to judge them both. If it was up to me, I would swap in. I would bring in Donny van de Beek and Casemiro and give them a chance. And if Donny van de Beek's injured, I would put Fred in there and play with Bruno. And if Bruno's not playing well, swap him out for Eriksen. You need to hold these players more accountable. You just need to hold these players more accountable. Otherwise, we are not going to get improved results. Simple as that. It does not matter how good they are quality wise. It does not matter how good coach Eric Ten Hag is. If there are no leaders on the pitch, we are never going to get any success. And you can't create. Everybody's not a leader. It doesn't. I don't care what anyone says. We don't have 11 leaders on the pitch. We might have two. We might have three. Everybody else needs to be man managed by the captain or whoever, because they're just simply not disciplined enough. And I was doing my best to not go mad and do a post match review. Like a lot of my subscribers want me to like be upset and really tell people how I feel after the matches. But sometimes it's just not healthy. I'd love to do it. I'd love to rant. I'd like to put a little 60-second shot and tell them how crap we have been as well. I could do that just for content. Who knows, one of them might go viral. But honestly, it doesn't feel good saying that your players are stupid. It just doesn't. It's one thing when you make a mistake. It's another thing when you keep making mistakes. The same ones over an entire season into another season. That's not called mistakes. That's called ignorance. Like there is no improvement on the player's mentality after 2.5 years. You can't blame Ole for this. You can't. If you keep blaming the coaches, the players get no responsibility, which is absolutely ridiculous. How can they not have any responsibility for this? It's absurd. In which sport do the people who are completely in charge of their own destiny for a win or a loss in a game not held accountable? They have to be held accountable, especially if they have been performing badly over the years. They have to be. I hope that answers your question, Dane. Hitesh, I'll just go to Dane. You don't get everything you want. Same applies to transfers. Also, places want players. Exactly. They don't want the best players, dude. They don't want the best players. 100% agree, Danish. Welcome to the stream. Long time no see. Hope everything's good. Completely agree. We end up overpaying. We are the highest wage bill in the league, and we're sixth place. Sixth place. Highest wage bill in the league. finished highest wage bill in the league last year, sixth place. Okay, that second looked good. Highest wage bill finished second. Europa League final, whatever. That season it looked okay. Next two seasons it's not looking good. It's looking stupid. The only reason paid overpaid for Casemiro and Anthony is because there was unbelievable amounts of pressure on the Glazers. Unbelievable amounts. Like the Glazers out movement, people think that's it. No, there was just pressure coming in from everywhere. And that's how they had to do that. Also, it was looking like players were waiting for Wi-Fi. And exactly, there's no mentality to fight. Like even when we scored that first goal after we were down 4-0, right? They were making moves, and then again, Man City turned on the gears, and then again we looked lost. The United players thought, oh, they're going to go easy on them. We're going to maybe pull in a couple of goals, catch up. Didn't happen. They scored another two, and then we scored another two, and then that's it. You just shut down. Yes, that is true. There is a lot. There is a lot of left flank overload. GK, nice to see you again. These players may be good, or we can say they are, but all of them are not made on. They're not 100% agree, Danish. 100% agree. But only Tommy and Bruno were only players who were playing on the City match. Bruno's captain. We had a backup for Tommy Casemiro. Completely agree. But Hitesh, I'm very sure we are playing in this style to suit the players we have overall. Because if we have to play the other players that weren't playing, they are not going to play this style of football. We don't have the players to play the Ten Hag style of football anyway. We don't have all of them, and we certainly don't have them in key positions. The Tommy Casemiro thing is very simple. He has this thing where he is not going to play people off form. To be fair, McTominay had a good 4 games. We won all 4 games. There is no you can push you can. The only thing I could say is you could have taken off McTominay in the first half. Honestly, that's the only thing you can really say to like really criticize him. You should have taken off the midfielders, and you saw the second half. If those midfielders could have the same impact in the first half, we would have a chance in the game. Some people were saying Man City dropped gears. Maybe so. But after we scored one, Man City clicked on the gears again. That could have happened in the first half if we pulled a goal back. Timing of these decisions matters. He's very Ten Hag, like Ragnick and like Ole, are very stubborn with their subs. That is one thing they all have in common. I don't think anyone will disagree with that. They're very stubborn with their subs. We have 5 subs. Make the calls. We have a long season ahead. Just make the calls. What if we played Casemiro and result was same? Then same people would have exactly Danish. This is what I'm saying, right, Danish? Exactly correct. Today, McTominay has had a bad game. You cannot select him for the next league game. If you want to play him against Nicosia, play him against Nicosia. But you can't play him for the next league game. He's fallen out of form now. He's had a bad game. You have to give other players a chance. You spend 60 mil on him. You have to play him. It's absurd if you don't play him. You have to play him now. There is no excuse. And if he doesn't play him now, then we'll start seeing what Ten Hag is like a manager, stubborn, unwilling to make the changes necessary. Christensen is injured, by the way, guys. 54 minutes, Inter still leading. Christensen looks like he's going out. PK is warming up. Edin Dzeko is coming on. I think they're going to try and hold off play. It's good with his back towards. Oh, cross comes in by DeMarco. Oh, tried a crazy shot. Slipped. Cross. Damian tried a cross. Blocked out. Okay. So who was behind the masterstroke of Ericsson to Mark Haaland? Okay, so Danish, from what I heard, when someone asked, why is Ericsson marking Haaland? Ten Hag said, it's up. So sorry, fell out of focus again. Excuse me. Ten Hag basically was. I'll do this, otherwise this might be better. Just tell me if you can hear me clearly, guys. Joaquin Correa out for Edin Dzeko. Someone to hold up play now. Sort of two pacey forwards. Good idea, actually. They are in the lead after all. So Ten Hag said, Danish, that Rafael Varane was injured and off the pitch, and obviously, like I've been saying earlier, there's no one to make in-game decisions. So no one. I don't know how Ericsson ended up marking him. If I'm being honest with you, I don't know. But his reason was we couldn't bring Varane back into the game, and Ericsson ended up marking him for some reason, which I still don't understand. But so that happened. I hope that answers your question. Christensen seems to be in a lot of trouble. He's bleeding through his socks now. I think he will be subbed now after this. So I hope so. That's what happened. I don't think it was a masterstroke, Danish. I think it was a lack of communication, which is what we have been discussing this whole time. A genuine lack of communication always, and that's what happened. A lack of communication. Somehow, for some reason, McTominay, nobody. I don't know. I don't really know how to explain that if I'm being honest with you. But let's just say it wasn't his idea at all, and that just happened to be there. That just happened. But it's the but it's the manager who had selected the team, though he had backup on the bench, been following German system for a while. If it's on me, Ragnick would have been my man. 200 million, but that's what I'm saying now, Hitesh. This is the question I answered. I told you it goes way back then. They sacked Ragnick because Ragnick basically says you need to make 11 subs, 11 permanent changes, and they were not happy about that. They didn't like he had to say that because after he said that, apparently there were rounds going. I'm not happy about this. I'm not happy about this at all. And I was like, yeah, obvious. How can you be happy about it? We finished sixth place. Nobody's happy about this. But it's because he is in that German style, that Austrian style, where they are just very direct and frank with their words, and the Glazers are just very market friendly, and just pro marketing. They didn't like it at all. And then I don't know what happened between Ten Hag and Ragnick. Everyone blamed Ten Hag, saying Ten Hag doesn't want him, so he got sacked. I just think I don't think Ten Hag cared, because if they got the players Ten Hag wanted, that was his job. His job was to get the players they want. And Ragnick is also part of the German system. Ten Hag was a coach at was it at Bayern, assistant coach to Pep in the German system. Everyone just thought it was Ten Hag didn't want him. I'm like, Ten Hag, why would Ten Hag not want him? It helps him do his job easier. It makes no sense. So yeah, Ragnick would have been my man too. I found it very unfair. It should have been Ragnick and Ten Hag with 200 million. I completely agree, Hitesh. Completely agree. Oh, this game's getting feisty now. Yellow cards are flowing. Busquets with a yellow. Hope City game was wonder. Danish, perfect example. Arsenal. We trashed them. We thought they will lose their lead. They've maintained their lead. They're still top of the league. They've won so far. They might lose to Liverpool and finally City might go over them. Or they might not. But they have bounced back from our losses. Griffin Park. And yeah, and who did they play the other day? Whatever. Well, Spurs. What is it? 3-0 and what, 3-1, 4-1, whatever. They bounced back from both games. From our game with 2 wins. We could do that too. But we still need to get rid of these players. This is not going to make any difference, Danish. We need to get rid of all the people. We need fresh new blood. We need positive new players who are looking to, I don't like saying play for the shirt, but looking to make an impact. Martinez is looking to make an impact. Look at the difference. Christian Eriksen looking to make an impact. Look at the difference. Malacia, there is a difference. We've got new play. Oh, off the post, unlucky by Dembele. Sorry if that was too loud, guys. So yeah, you saw that our 3 new signings looking to make a difference. We need a new refresh. That's it. And guess what? Ten Hag has told the management to not re-sign any of these new players. Re-sign any of the old players. I think we have like 5 people out of contract. Fred means they have 1 year extensions except for Dallo. Fred, Rashford, Dallo. got the other two. There are two others. He's told people not to. He's told management now not to extend the contracts. Now, if they extend the contracts again, you know who's done it. It's not him, because he said he wants to see how these players perform under pressure now. Because now their livelihoods at stake. Before it was just they're getting paid, it doesn't matter. Guess what? If they don't get re-signed with United, they get a wage cut because no one's paying that kind of money for them, and they're free agents and they don't have a choice anymore. They don't have a say in the matter. They don't have contract to run down. So you have to give Eric Ten Hag credit for that, because he's telling people they're not worth the money anymore. It's basically indirectly said they're not worth it. Thank you. Yeah. So okay, next one. One second, guys. Hmm. Just put this down for a second. I'm a DG fan. Never thought to say this about DG in goal. Edison opponent, you already one man down. Okay. I don't know what exactly you're referring to, Danish, but when I did the watch along, I don't think you joined. Do join me if you are. By the way, I'm doing all the United watch alongs anyway now. That's for sure certain. I'm doing the Nicosia one in 2 days as well. One thing I've realized for sure, people were blaming David De Gea for the 6 goals we conceded. And I'm not saying you are. I'm not saying you are. I am also a David De Gea fan. I am. And it will break my heart when he leaves, because every time we didn't win anything, he's the only player that has performed for the entire team. And people forget that because we've got new shiny toys. We have Casemiro, we have Malacia. So people go back to we want new goalkeepers now. And I understand, I get that. I understand that. It's not nothing personal. Marcus Alonso out now. Uh, yeah, so Marcus Alonso has gone out for Alejandro Balde. So people were saying, I asked a simple question. How many of those goals David De Gea could save? Like, some of those goals were literally rounded off Varane. No one's blaming Varane. Some of those goals were rounded off Lindelof. No one's blaming Lindelof. One header, though, I mean, Ericsson was defending Haaland. So you can't blame De Gea for that. It is what it is. Free header, basically. How many of those goals were his fault? See, I know what you're saying, Danish. I get it. I get that. That's why I said I'm not saying you're saying it, but I'm telling you, the people on my chat literally came and said, David De Gea is at fault for these goals. Get rid of him. I'm like, bro, we are losing possession in midfield. Our midfield's wide open and they're coming to score against us. Even if David De Gea plays from the back, we're losing the ball in their half. That yellow card Diego Dallo got was in the first 1.5 minutes in the near the halfway line, and that stopped him from better defending because he got booked so early. Which, by the way, Michael Oliver's an idiot because he's a very inconsistent referee. So I'll leave that. That's it. Is what it is. In everyone in the Champions League will get to see that as well. So, uh, with regards to ball playing players, yes, we were a man down. But considering, Danish, that, like Hitesh said, we are playing with Ole tactics. We don't need a ball playing goalkeeper at the moment. Also, some of our players are not very good absorbing the pressure. There was a very interesting sequence in the first half of this game itself where Gavi, Busquets, and Pedri won the ball, and they were putting so much pressure that even after losing the ball, Inter Milan was so frantic with the ball that they literally passed it back to Barcelona. And that is because they keep their composure and they can pass out naturally. It comes natural to absorb that pressure, to draw the player in, and create a space and pass outwards. We don't have a lot of players like that. Dallo can't do that. Dallo has shown many a times that he gets too excited on the ball and loses it. Okay, so you can't pass it to him. You could pass it to Malacia. You can't pass it to McTominay. You can't pass it to Bruno because sometimes he goes a little crazy. You can't pass it to our wingers because they're not. Goal! Goal for Barcelona. Pedri, keeper with a howler. He tried to push it out, was nowhere near it. Pedri just tapped it in. Nothing could be done. Very unlucky by Andre Onana. So, so, so yeah, and you have to think about it. Last season, they wanted him gone. They wanted Henderson. And look, Henderson just ate how many goals? How many goals has Henderson eaten the whole time? Not even defensive errors, like straight goals. And they wanted Henderson. They were like, David De Gea, oh, no, no, no. I'm like, what David De Gea makes up for in lack of ball playing ability? How many shots did he stop even before the first goal? Like from close range, like double saves and stuff. I mean, I understand, right? Like we want to evolve as a team, but I don't know about you, Danish, but for me, I think we need to get rid of a lot of other players. Oh, there's a goal check. Oh, don't. Oh, wow. Barcelona have no luck, apparently. Oh, was it a push? What was it? Handball. Oh, Ansu Fati. Oh, that's unlucky. That's unlucky. It's a handball. He didn't even wait. He didn't even wait. And Xavi gets a yellow card because he keeps bothering the referee. Handball. Still 1-0 down. Unlucky. Yeah, so that's my thing. In my opinion, I would change a lot of other players first. I get it, but see, I don't want him to go because he's the last of Sir Alex's Ferguson signings. So he has a little soft spot in my heart. I'll admit it. I'll admit that it's very true. But I also think he has built a lot of goodwill for all the seasons we won nothing, and he was our player of the year. He has built so much goodwill for saving this team time and time and time again. I think last year he saved the second most shots in the league behind Meslier, and you know how many goals Leeds basically got saved on the last day of the season. He was only second behind Meslier. Look how open he is to taking shots. Now we have improved that part. We need to improve things ahead and then go back to him. Because this season, if you see his stats, he has actually improved in his forward passing by a lot since last season. If you just look at his regular stats, like if you just go check it out, you'll see. I get it. You might not notice it in game because it's bothering you, but if you can just like look at the ball playing stats of his, you will see there's an improvement. If you see it from last season, you'll see it's an improvement, and if you compare it with other keepers, you'll see there's an improvement as well. He's not that far off from a lot of the goalkeepers currently, the modern ones. He's been told to play a certain way all these years, and now he has to change his way very suddenly. So I feel for him a little bit in that case. So I have a little sympathy with him, but if he has to go, he has to go. Yeah, I mean, it's sad. I don't want it, but I mean, if we get a goalkeeper that's not as good as shot stopping as him, Danish, how many goals are we going to concede? Because let's be honest, that midfield is going to let us. People are going to take shots at our goal. So do you want someone who passes off from the back, or do you want someone who's going to cover up for the mistakes outfield players make? It's a balancing act. I feel it would be nice if our midfield was a little more structured. That gives a lot less pressure on our goalkeeper, even if he cannot play from the back. It has to be. You have to meet it somewhere down the middle. Fantastic save by Onana. A lot of pressure being absorbed. 70 minutes, 20 minutes to go, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe on the channel. Thank you for joining me. I know it's very late in the night. Yeah, so that's my thoughts. Let's just get through some of them. Whether we like it or not, this is what we have till next window coming. So less games. Yeah, we'll be very distracted this season, Danish. FA Cup has to start. Carabao Cup has to start. We have a lot. We have a ton of games to get through this season. We are stuck with whatever we have. If we can even get a couple of cheap players miraculously in January, we are not going to get the proper facelift for this team this season. We have to just try and have some more structure in the midfield. That is our only way happening. I addressed this already, Danish. I agree. I understand what you're saying. Exactly. I don't even think one was savable. Yeah, exactly. I don't, dude. Danish, you should have been on the stream. I was losing my mind. People were constantly going, it's De Gea's fault. Get rid of De Gea. I'm like, what do you want from him, dude? They're losing the ball in the opposite of the midfield. They're losing it by getting tackled. Even if he kicks the ball to Jadon Sancho, right, and it's successful, and Jadon Sancho gets tackled, and everyone's out of position, and you're running down the middle of the pitch, and you're not defending properly. What do you want David De Gea to do about these goals? That's the part I don't get. Like, even if his successful long balls were happening and they lose the ball and everyone's out of position and you leave the midfield wide open, what what can you do? You can't do anything. And it was so frustrating because they would just sack him. We should have kept Dino. I'm like, bro, Dino's eating 3 goals every game, dude. Dead last Leicester, he conceded 4 goals yesterday. Dead last Leicester. I mean, Leicester had 1 point before yesterday. 1 point. Like, dude, Danny Ward is a worse goalkeeper than him, and he only conceded 1 goal yesterday. If you ask people, they'll tell you Danny Ward is a worse goalkeeper than Dean Henderson. Conceded 1 goal. It's just absolutely, absolutely, completely agree. Giving him was a mistake, but it was given on the basis of him performing way better than every single player we had, Hitesh. And that is why, I find it difficult to criticize that move. He was single-handedly saving our asses during the Ole season. We finished second single-handedly. If he wasn't there and we had Lingard and Pereira, we would have been done. No Europa League final, no second finish, no quarterfinal, semi-final in the cups, nothing. We would have nothing without him. So I understand what you're saying, but at the time I was like, who, if anyone you would give a contract, okay, look at it this way. If anyone you would give it on the contract, which one player would you give a contract to at that point of time? It would only be Bruno for me. Maybe De Gea, because De Gea keeps saving us every season, whether we play well or not. But he's literally the only player I would have given a contract to. If that was the same scenario for every other player playing in that season at that time, he's literally the only player I would have given a contract. If you ask me this, what do you think about Fred getting? I'd be like, stupid mistake. That's it. I wouldn't even explain. I'd be stupid mistake. He's coming up now with a 1 year extension. If they sign him to a new contract, stupid mistake. I'm telling you right now, stupid mistake. Maybe he'll earn it by the end of the year because Ten Hag doesn't want anyone to re-sign anything now. Maybe. If not, stupid mistake. Simple as that. Dude, Danish, 65 shots. He's second to Meslier. I don't even remember what their goal difference was last year. They were like minus 17 or something last year. And still he saved 65 shots. Can you imagine how many goals they would concede? Leeds wide open. The whole Bielsa era wide open. 65 shots. I no, you don't you under Danish, people will agree with I might be the first one, no, but a lot of people agree with you if you explain it to them like this. Because we get an opportunity to completely convey our conversation, clearly. Because and some people, you have to also understand that some people have not been there for the last 10 years. You have to take that into account. They don't know how much goodwill that David De Gea has in this fan base amongst the people. It's kicking off between the Inter Milan and Barcelona players. They're wasting a lot of time. They got 15 minutes and the referees keep it in control to his credit. He's disciplining them as much as possible. He has been very stern. He's been very fair as well. He's not let the pressure of the big amount get to him. Gavi and Lautaro Martinez both get yellows. Still arguing. Milan Skriniar is trying to pull him away. Let's see what happened. Gavi comes running up to Lautaro Martinez. I don't really know what happened, but I don't know what happened. He was saying something to another player, and Lautaro got in the way, and he got a yellow card. Exactly. Long balls. He need exactly Hitesh. Simple as that. Just look, guys. Hitesh Danish. Just when the game's over today. and you'll or tomorrow whenever you're all free, look at his stats from last year. Forward passes, all this distribution, not very good, I'll admit. See his stats from his this year and just compare him with Edison and Addison to this season. This small section we have had where he's had to improve his playing style. Just see, just see the numbers. I'm not saying his numbers are close to them, but you will see it's not as bad as people are making it out to be. Just see the stats. The stats are there. All the average passes forward and all that. Everything is there. He has doubled his input from last season, if you see, so far, of course. So he's already started in the positive from his personal season last year. There has been a lot of improvement, personally. As much as people would have hoped, maybe not, but enough, in my opinion, to warrant that he requires a little more time to get used to it. Requires a little more he requires the players who can keep their composure as well for this to be successful. Lovely punch out by Andre Onana. Barcelona attacking the box. They are completely in the box. Inter Milan are being very defensively well structured right now. Tight line, very well played. They bought in Dumfries. Dumfries is going to add an attacking and a defending threat because he will be quicker. Lovely defending by a Serbi. All the points I've been saying this last year before them. Yeah, of course, and Danish. It is a symbol of basically it is a symbol of old style that people who want to move away from because they see everyone else play beautiful football with their goalkeepers. So in a way, I understand why people want it, but at the same time, I feel we have so many other problems that need to be addressed first. Federico Demarco out for Denzel Dumfries. That was the substitution, guys. Robin Gosens in for Matteo Darmian. I thought Demarco had a really quite a decent game. He was quite threatening. Made some important interceptions as well as from what I remember. I started supporting United in 2014 at the age of 10 with no PL, no user, but still I hope one day United will be great. Exactly. So you will understand this, Danish. What other people will understand is City fans will see Edison. They have not seen the old goalkeepers. They've not seen a Joe Hart. I'll tell you that much for sure. They have not. They have Edison to compare what they watch. Because let me tell you honestly, right now, no one's going to say, "Have you seen Joe Hart? He used to play the ball back from straight from the back. He used to make so many mistakes." Joe Hart. He couldn't even get to play for Burnley. Oh, that was that cross needed a little more loop on it. PK with a clutch header out. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. People start watching football at different times as well, Danish. You have to take that into account. You have to take that into account. While I understand people's frustration, I also know that a lot of people are comparing they're comparing different things to different things. Like like David De Gea for the style of goalkeeper he was one of the best. That's it. But now people see a different kind of goalkeeper and go, yeah, he doesn't compare with this guy. I'm like, yeah, but this guy is not the same kind of goalkeeper. Just like how different midfielders are different. Yeah, it's a ridiculous. It's like telling someone, oh, Messi has better finishing than Casemiro. I'm like, don't they play different positions? They don't understand we have bigger fish to fry, Danish, is because they see the number of goals conceded. Simple as that. And for some reason, apart from McTominay and Fred, even though the defense do definitely make mistakes. A lot of defensive errors in those 6 goals we conceded, by the way, and all of them were on Varane's side, but Lautaro Martinez was made the brunt of the jokes. Oh my God, he's so short. Haaland is going to. Lautaro Martinez is the one. Is the one that made all the clutch defense on especially on the ground against Haaland when he was trying to break through. People forget about that. A lot of the goals came from Varane's side, if not all from Varane and Lindelof side. So the defense made mistakes. Dalot had an absolute howler. Kept getting skipped by Jack Grealish. Kept getting skipped by Jack Grealish time and time again. David De Gea was at fault. People think if we play a different goalkeeper, we are going to play different football, Danish. That's why people don't understand that we have bigger fish to fry. Simple as that. They think, honestly, I, I don't think they are deluded or they're crazy or they're wrong, but they seem to think that we are going to play a completely different brand of football with this almost similar players from last season just because our goalkeeper can do a couple of passes from the back or launch a player forward quickly. Maybe, maybe, but there is no guarantee for that. His Nottingham Forest attack improved from Dean Anderson's ball playing ability? Maybe, for the first couple of games. What happened now? They're still second last. Yes, he saved a few penalties. Yes, I'm sure he made quite a bunch of good saves as well. But we are talking about ball playing ability, right? Has his ball playing ability improved Nottingham Forest? They have pacey wingers. They have Brennan Johnson. They have what's his name? Taivo Avonii. Is that how you say it? They have Gibbs White. They have Lingard. Has it helped any of them? Lingard has looked lost at sea ever since he went to Nottingham Forest. He probably should have gone to MLS because it doesn't look like he's adapted yet at all. Exactly, but he saved a penalty. That's why included saving a penalty. But we are talking about ball playing, ball playing ability. Has it improved Nottingham Forest? No, it has not. Now, yes, they will say, look at the players Nottingham Forest have, look at the players United. Sure, of course, you have to take that into consideration. But if football is based on tactics and you have players that fulfill the positions that you require tactically, then the effect should be similar. For example, if you have pacey wingers like a Brennan Johnson, your long ball ability or whatever should transfer eventually, right? Not maybe not at the same conversion rate, but it should transfer on some level as an improvement to the squad, which I don't think personally it has for Nottingham Forest. Now people will say, "Yeah, but look at the quality of players. It'll definitely work at United." Well, maybe. Definitely work at United. I'm sorry, I can't say not anything can work definitely at United. That's just my humble opinion. I don't know if anything will definitely. I don't even know if Casemiro will definitely work at United. Chalanoglu, the goal scorer, being substituted for Christian Aslani. 6 minutes to go, guys. What do you think? Do you think Barcelona are going to get it? Everybody in the chat, tell me. Tell me now. What do you think the final 5 minutes is going to be? Inter win or Barcelona draw? Yeah, I might have watched different game because I think Martinez was dude, the number of times Martinez either put a block in or prevented Erling Haaland from breaking through into the penalty box compared to everybody else in defense. What else, dude? What else are you going to say? And somebody told me they defend as a two. I'm like, sure, but do you want Martinez to stand right next to Varane when a cross is coming in? Like, what do you mean they defend as a two? When crosses are coming in from Varane's side, what do you want Martinez to do? I was like, dude, whatever, man. Like, whatever game you're watching, enjoy it. Like, because it was getting to a point where I couldn't like understand what the hell's going on. Like, genuinely. When people were putting in their comments, I was like, I don't understand what anybody's watching. I must be watching something completely different. Before I predicted 1-0 to Inter, it looks like it's going to happen. Ooh, that was almost an own goal. Oh, Dumfries did a matrix. Dumfries did a matrix move to prevent their own goal. Dembele with the cross. Oh my god, it's all kicking off. People are asking for so much. There's going to be some controversy in this game today. Let's see what the scores on the other games, guys. Not been keeping an eye on the other games. 6-1 Napoli, Ajax red card. Liverpool 2-0 Rangers. Club Brugge beating Atletico Madrid 2-0. Porto 1-0 to Bayer Leverkusen. Eintracht Frankfurt and Hotspurs is the only goalless game. Ugh, Spurs. Got the red. Dusan Tadic got a red in the 73rd minute. I mean, they scored 3, 4, 5 goals before he got sent off. Can't really blame him. They scored only one goal after that. Oh my god. The yellows are just flying now. Bastoni got a yellow now. Who scored for Liverpool? Trent Alexander Arnold and Mohamed Salah. Penalty for Mohamed Salah, I guess. That penalty. Uh, Salah slowly getting some form back. And who scored for Porto? Zaidu Sanusi. Tough game. Oh, Porto 2-0 now. Oh my god. It's all kicking off now. I think all these games are pretty much done. Except for the Eintracht game. Could still pull in a last minute goal. Trent scored a direct free kick. It's all going off today. Liverpool are looking now. Liverpool are looking good. I wonder what the league table looks like. Let's see, Champions League Group A. As it stands, Napoli will be on top, 3 wins. Liverpool with 2 wins. Ajax with 1 win. Rangers with 3 losses. Oh, shot! Oh, but it was offside, I guess. Oh, Martinez with a curler from outside the box. Probable striker option. Oh, oh. Tarian. Danish, can you do me a favor actually? If you know any supporters groups or anything from United, do send me on Instagram, right? It's on my channel trailer. If you click the Instagram thing, it'll send you to my page or on Twitter. If you know anyone on Twitter or Instagram, just do send it to me. There's a potential penalty check. 8 minutes extra time. Oh my god. So just do, because I'm trying to like grow the channel. If you know any groups, anybody that wants to talk football, that's fine. There's a penalty check for Barcelona. Inter Milan may have done a blunder here. Let's see what happened. It's a handball on Ansu Fati, isn't it? Yeah, just send it to me, Danish. Send it to me on Twitter or Instagram or on both, whatever. If you're on both, send it to me on both, no problem. Striking options, I don't know. If I'm being very honest with you, Danish, strikers, who could we get? Who could we really get? I mean, Osimhen would be too expensive. Ivan Tony, depending on where Brentford finish. Maybe Avoni, maybe one offbeat striker who's fluid and can play different positions, maybe to support everybody else who can play a different position. Play on. Was not a penalty. 6 minutes left. Cross comes in on the counter. Oh, Inter Milan need to learn how to soak in this pressure now. Yeah, I think Osman. I would like Ivan Tony. I wouldn't mind Ivan Tony. Mitrovic. I wouldn't mind Mitrovic if they're going to put cross in the ball or hold up play because he's still so young. My God, Mitrovic is so young. I didn't realize. I didn't know. Watching him play for so long feels like forever. And yeah, I mean, I don't know if Mitrovic will be fluid enough, but I mean, we need a good quality striker. I would say Ivan Tony, maybe Jonathan David, Victor Osimhen would be nice, but I think we're gonna have to pay 100 million for him. I really don't think the Glazers are gonna do that. What do you think, Danish? You tell me. Just give me a second. I'll be back. Sorry about that. So, who do you think is going to? Who do you think is a good option? I think. I think I would have really liked Osimhen. Yeah, I think Osimhen would have been a good buy for us. I mean, but he just literally went to Napoli recently, so we're gonna have to really break the bank for that one. Which I just don't think there's a chance we're gonna do that. Matter of fact, I know there's a Kudus from Napoli. Isn't Kudus in Ajax? Did he also move to Napoli? Didn't know that. Impossible to keep a track of all these teams. At least for me, it is. Oh my God! Don't tell me. Did he score against his old team? That means. Oh, that has to suck. He did score against his old team, didn't he? Yeah, Mohammad Kudus. No, he didn't score. Okay. Oh, Kvaratskhelia also scored. Huh? God, he's becoming a problem. Raspadori, Lorenzo Zilinski. Raspadori again. Kvaratskhelia. Simeone. I mean, we could get Mohammad Kudus, but did he just go? Sorry, Ajax. Oh, he is from Ajax. Okay, good. Uh, you know, I think I think we're done with the Ajax quota. I think we're gonna have to pay way too much money if we want Ajax players now. because of all the controversy with the Anthony thing. So it's a relationship we basically ruined because the Glazers were desperate. Because when we could have paid 60 million for him, they were like, no, no, no. Really close one for Barcelona again. Yeah, so I think we have ruined our relationship with Ajax, if I'm being honest. I mean, we're going to have to pay a lot of money to get anything from Ajax. Some people are saying we might be in for Timber. I'm like, Timber? We can't have two short centre backs. And Martinez is playing so well. The thing is, if we have two short centre backs, then we have to make up for it in other places, which means we're going to need players like McTominay because he's literally one of the very few tall people we have in general. So unless he plays Martinez as your favorite Real or Barca, Ajay, I have a soft spot for Real Madrid because some my favorite players went there. I used to be a big David Beckham fan, so I have a soft spot for Real. But I also did love watching Ronaldinho do skill moves. So if I were to pick a team in general, it would be Real. But I'm just a casual. I enjoy watching the game. I'm watching this game because a lot of people told me to watch the Barcelona game because a lot of my subscribers are Barcelona fans who support me. So I said I'd watch the game, and it was also a very important game in the league. I said, why not? Yeah. Also, it's a chance to interact. So same sort because they have been trashing our rivals in European competition. Yeah. I explained UCL. If we continue, then they won't able to compete in conference. Yeah, but Danish, like in Ajax's defense, how many players did they lose this season? Gravenberch, Mazraoui, uh, Martinez, Martinez, Anthony. They're still playing Tadic, who's like 36 years old. Like they got stripped of a lot of players this season. They lost Onana. Thanks, I'm a dad Real fan. Yeah, I mean everybody's welcome here, Ajay. I do watch alongs for everything. Do like, share, and subscribe. Do not be fooled. I do watch alongs for any sport and all sports. You're very welcome. As this channel grows, we will do other sports. If I have, if I have, if we get to 500 subscribers, I have like that community box. I can put polls in there and we can watch whatever match people want to watch. We can put it through a vote. Just help me get to that point. I just hit 200 subs today, so it's a little milestone for us. Will Real Madrid play in the Super Cup? You're basically asking me, are they going to win Champions League, Danish? Oh, I wouldn't be surprised, Danish. If I'm being honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if they win again. I wouldn't be. Yeah. Game got over. Game's over. That's. Oh, this went long. Xavi and Inzaghi embrace each other. Doesn't look like there's a fight breaking up, which is good. So, what are the changes United to make so that they won't get thrashed? Actually, it's very simple. Good night, Hitesh. I'll see you on Thursday. Be there if you're free. Nicosia United. I'm there tomorrow as well, but there is a chance I might be on someone else's channel. So follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. I will, if I am on that person's channel, I will be linked there, so you'll know I'll be there. Otherwise, I will be doing Chelsea versus AC Milan tomorrow. Do join me. It's going to be another important game in Champions League. Good night, guys. Yeah, see you, Hitesh. Ajay, we need new players. We need to give other players a chance, and we need to have a more structured midfield. We cannot keep getting put out of position again and again and again. We cannot be dragged out the same mistakes making under other coaches with the same players. We need a change. We need Casemiro to start. We need Ronaldo up front. We need Rashford on the left. We need pace from one side of the wing. Sancho should be benched for the poor performance. We need one side with proper pace, so I would put Rashford on the left. He could give Anthony Elanga a chance for Omonia, Nicosia, and rest some players, but if he's going to play with the same players again, then you have to call it out for what it is, which is Ten Hag is being supremely stubborn. And then he has to be put under scrutiny whether people want to or not. Because if the same majority of players start, especially the ones that are fault for the goals and the inability to make an impact, if the same players start against Everton, whether Everton is in terrible form or not, it will show that he's not willing to make changes and he's very stubborn. And in that way, he won't be very different from Ragnick or Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, irrespective of his coaching pedigree, because that was some of the mistakes they made as well. The difference is he has won things. He's seasoned. He's been seasoned under Pep. Won things in other leagues. He has to show that maturity and the willingness to make a change when needed. Insta ID Hitesh, it's on my channel trailer. You'll see the little Instagram thing and the Twitter thing. Do give me a like on both of them. Whichever one you're more popular on, it's fine. I'll be on either. That's how you will know when I'm doing streams. You can share the YouTube link from the my stories there as well, if you know other people who would like to join in and stuff. So yes, please ban Michael Oliver to be ref. He is. It's not even a United game thing. Danish. He's a very inconsistent ref. Period. He was very inconsistent in the North London derby also. I think last season or another season. Like he made a really big blunder in one of the prior games. Was it United Chelsea? It's just he's just very inconsistent. Don't worry, he's going to do that in the Champions League as well, where there are no English teams. You can be assured of that. Will United go for Anblock? I want to see money. Okay, so Ajay, so this is one problem I have. Jan Oblak in a United shirt would be good, by the way. I do agree with that. But the reason we don't want De Gea is for ball playing. Jan Oblak is not a ball playing goalkeeper. So if the argument is we need a new ball playing goalkeeper, then Jan Oblak should not be that player. Would I want him in a United shirt? Well, listen, if we are getting the same kind of goalkeeper, no, because I believe I owe a lot of loyalty to David De Gea, not because Jan Oblak's bad or anything. I would love to see him in another time in our shirt for sure. But if you're getting a like for like goalkeeper, it doesn't make sense to me, Ajay. That's what I'm saying. If you're getting a player that plays different to the current goalkeeper we have, I mean, sign me up. Mike Maignan, he was just obviously signed for AC Milan, so we won't get him. Lafont from the French league. Um no, is it Kabik David De Gea? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Danish. The only time I want to go, I agree in the sense that the only reason I wouldn't want David De Gea to go is if we are going to replace him with the same style goalkeeper. If you're replacing him with a really world class ball playing goalkeeper and everyone insists that is the difference maker for our team, I'm willing to consider it because at the end of the day, the team comes first, the club comes first. I mean. But if you're going to replace him with a player that plays the same way, then I won't want him replaced. If that makes sense, Ajay, I hope I answered your question. It has nothing to do with Jan Oblak. If it was the same style goalkeeper, whatever his name was, that would be my answer, irrespective of his ability. Because the whole complaint on David De Gea is he's not ball playing. So if you're going to get another non-ball playing goalkeeper, there's nothing wrong with David De Gea because he made the second most saves last season, and he was only behind a goalkeeper that was going to be relegated in the with 2 games left in the season, and we finished sixth, and he was the second. He made the second most saves. So hope that answers your question. No, would love to see him in the shirt. Yes, replacing David De Gea with the same style of goalkeeper. No, basically. Although my predictions are going right. Yeah. Are you going to predict Chelsea joins us in the Europa League, Danish? Because AC Milan's going to be tough. Good night, guys. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for supporting the stream, sharing it, liking it, subscribing. I will see you tomorrow. If I don't see you tomorrow, I will be Follow me on Instagram or Twitter. The links are on the channel. The little logos there on the top. If I'm going on another channel, you will be notified there as well. Otherwise, for sure, tomorrow I will be doing Chelsea or AC Milan. So I will see you there. Thank you, Ajay. Thank you. I'm trying. I'm not really great with tactics and all. Just the simple stuff I like to see and just take a note of. Nothing special. Hopefully, in time, the proper analysis will come naturally to me. I just enjoy sports in general, and that's the purpose of the community. All sports. That's why I don't have a specific club name or a in my title. It's Sports Nut Nathan because I want to watch a bunch of different sports here with other people that want to watch a bunch of different sports. So thank you. If you felt the analysis was good, thank you for the support. Please like and share and put it out there wherever. Discord, wherever you all are on, like-minded people, wherever you can contact people into. It all helps the channel, pushes it out, more people comes in. Thank you for joining. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night. Take care. Tomorrow's Dasera. Please enjoy it. Enjoy it safely, guys. Enjoy it, but see you. I'll see you tomorrow.